She's still got a really good chance of taking this title. It will be her 4th of the year. They both won 3 titles this year. First ace. That was the first set that, the second set that Monica's dropped this week. Dropped the opening set against Natalie Tozier by the same score, 6 games to 2, but after that dropped just 3 more games. Don't think that's going to happen here though. Venus hasn't dropped a set yet. It's not just brawn, is it?
No, many aspects to her game now she's worked on. They don't always come off, these type of shots, but she knew it's the right one to play. Seles does struggle coming forward with her moves.
Just too good, keeping her constantly on the stretch. And here are 3 break points to go a break up, just as she did in the first set.
Seles actually tried to change the pace of the ball there, you can see, with the slice. But Williams just coped with it very well.
Top serve, but she needs a couple more like that. Well, it really is a massive performance so far from Venus Williams, and doesn't look like there's any flaw at all. It's amazing that she seems to be getting that ability now to pace herself through tournaments, rather like Sampras does. She's a great admirer of Sampras, isn't it? And so often in tournaments, Sampras looks very beatable and gets through, and then suddenly comes semi-final, particularly the final, poof, it's a different player.
Exactly. Well, Venus looks a very different player out here today.
There's the first example of what you were saying of her hitting up, over and down. It's happened to her a lot this week, but first time here, final. It doesn't worry her.
She collects herself mentally so well, and this serve here was much better. She reaches up and out.
When she gets her wide, it's more or less point over.
More or less. I mean, matches this week, she has been missing this type of shot, but that was wonderfully played. More like that one is the one she's been playing earlier on this week.
course, Sister Serena last week was a set and a game up against Martina Hingis.
Yep, set and a break-up. Yes.
And then disaster struck. It's a big chance for Monica to make a dent here. But no longer.
Just a touch of topspin on this ball that brings it down and into the court.
Just missing a little bit in this game for the first time on the double-hander. Seles with another break point. She's playing the break points rather well.
It just looks easy, doesn't it? Doesn't look like she's forcing the ball at all. She just takes that racket back and strokes it for a winner.
Jamming her well with the occasional serve. Terrific. Let's talk physique. Joe, you know I'm a big student of the female form. Martina Navratilova seemed to me to take physique, women's physique, athleticism to a new level, but it seems to me that it's gone another level further now, and this is the most phenomenally gifted physically athlete I've ever seen in tennis.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially Venus seems to have sort of slimmed down a bit. Doesn't look quite so muscly, but she really is a fine athlete.
Mary Pierce has that statuesque look, but she's not as quick side to side.
Oh, no.
She's too big in relative terms. She's too.
Serena is slightly smaller than Venus and does look a little bit more muscly, but is the same kind of athlete.
Not quite as quick.
Not quite, no. But still, it's hard to get a ball past her.
Yes. I mean, I was a cynic, I have to say, when they first came on the scene. I saw the athleticism there, but I didn't think that there would be enough tennis in them. But there certainly is.
Well, they've worked on the feel, I think, around the court, and as you said earlier, they've learned more about the game.
And Monica has to play that well to win points.
Exactly, and I think she is playing very well. But you can see it's another level that she has to go up to win a point.
so gifted to be able to play that off the net court. It wasn't the greatest drop shot she's played, but you know she's got such good instincts that she can adapt.
Well, I think also she's put herself in this position more often now, coming to the net after this type of shot and making the reactions.
Break point for 3-love. Difficult to feel sorry for someone who's achieved as much as Monica, but she's playing so well here. That's over 100 miles an hour. Interesting. Never used to be like that. She doesn't deserve to have an opponent playing like this.
Great serve again. And that is what she's improved, definitely in the last year, hitting the first serve harder. I think she realised that she had to do that.
Listen to the crowd. They appreciate what she's going through and how she's responded. Wonderful match. She's playing her part. 6-2, 2-1 though, she trails. Plenty of support for Monica Seles as she takes her place this near side. Sticking in there. It's this tidal wave of winners. 2-1 with a break. Williams leads in the second set. The final of the Pilot Pen tournament at New Haven. This doesn't look like stopping. 15. Yeah, perhaps just overdoing that now, and Monica quickly onto that.
Well, I think she was too far behind the baseline to play a delicate shot like that, and Seles could see it coming a mile off.
Particularly like the crowd applauding the double fault.
Wow, got that completely wrong.
Interesting to see how she serves here. 2 break points. Seles had 2 break points in the last game. Couldn't convert. And the right kind of applause there for ace number 5.
Well, that's how to respond to break points.
And to a crowd who might just be getting on her back. I don't know if that's people supporting Seles as a legend or a little bit of racism, but I don't like it.
So I would go for the supporting Seles more than anything.
But whatever, you don't support double faults.
No, you don't. No, it's not the right thing to do.
Terrific. And Seles is right back in it.
Moving well up to this one. Right on top of the bounce. But of course, crowds also, when they see someone who's winning all the time, and they can't help themselves, they want the underdog to win, and Monica Seles is a popular figure.
But I'd like them to keep it to positive support for their player, not negative against the other.
Yeah, I go along with that, yeah. Maybe they just want to see the match go on longer.
Yep. Suddenly, maybe the luck's beginning to turn her way. Venus not getting it all her own way at the moment. Another gorgeous day.
That ball toss was way out to the left. Monica really should have caught it. That's the kind of shot that Venus has been playing all day, the off backhand. Makes just enough room for it. Not a long follow through.
Another biting serve, 107 miles an hour. She's really pepped it up. Once she gets the angle, isn't it, Venus? The power's fine, and it keeps Monica defensive-minded, but once she gets her on the stretch...
Yeah, with the two hands, both sides, it's always been tough for Seles.
Big serve. And she's still playing mighty well, but this set getting success, which she wasn't in the first set. Williams' game just gone down, I don't know, 10%, not much. It's made the difference.
Yeah, and I think Seles is playing the same as she has done throughout the first and second set, just keeping the standard up, and there's that little chink, and you've got to take it at this level. You know, any opportunity that's offered you, you've got to take it straight away. Seles is I'm impressed, I'm very impressed with this match today, and I really think that Seles is moving well. And you know, however well Williams is playing, she's getting to a lot of the balls.
Yes.
And the rallies have been good.
And it's good to pick that out, because against anybody they look second best as far as movement's concerned, because she is outstandingly good. You made an interesting point to me while we were in the last break, that on offence, as far as hitting the ball hard, Davenport, you reckon, Pearce, they're up there. They hit with the same power, perhaps even more power than the Williams sisters, but it's on defence. That's where they lack.
Exactly. I think everyone always looks to the power play, and Davenport definitely hits the ball as hard as Venus or Serena, but she has a constant battle with her movement. She's not a natural mover, and all the time that's what she's practicing, is what she's worked so hard on. So her injuries of the last few months, her back injury especially, means that she hasn't been able to work on that. And I think we've seen at Wimbledon she wasn't fit, and even in tournaments lately, that she is struggling in that department. She still hits the ball well, but her movement has suffered. It's the same, Mary Pierce has never been a good mover, and she always has to rely on the fact that she can get her attack in first, and hopefully she doesn't have to move out there.
So for you to say that Seles is moving well, and she surely is, when you've got Williams the other side of the net, that's big praise. Right then, Venus behind in this set now. Whether the side spin made the difference.
And again, I think Venus is a natural mover. She hits the ball naturally very hard, but she hasn't had natural feel. And something that she's worked on. In that kind of situation, there's a very delicate shot to play.
Again, as defence into attack in one stride.
Got that right. Huge strides getting across the court.
Serena obviously watching, I wonder, Martina and Lindsay, who are obviously in New York now, and they're watching this on television. They can't be too happy.
Probably delighted at the beginning of the week,
Yes.
but not today.
Good boomer from Monica there. She takes reverses these days so much in her stride. I think it's part of the new confidence. I think Wimbledon really helped. They always looked, they strutted the stuff, didn't they? They always looked terribly confident, but deep down, sometimes in crucial situations, you knew they weren't.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think probably more Serena than Venus, but Serena also, having won her Grand Slam last year, is better. She had a few shaky moments in three-setters. And Venus also could go a little bit walkabout with the unforced errors.
Fifth double. Just come back with another bullet serve. Serve seems to be getting quicker. Well watched.
Yeah, sometimes having the net cord, you can rush into it. But Venus there did take her time.
So well balanced. Then such good time to get the balance. Break point. Wow, just an incredible rally. Monumental retrieving again from Venus Williams. Monica Seles did hardly anything wrong in that game, and she's dropped her serve. And all the optimism is being dragged from her and her supporters. Rapturous applause for both players, good to see and hear. Seles must feel hard done by. I don't think she ever feels hard done by. She's such a competitor. She'll come straight back here and give everything she can to Venus if she's given half a chance. But will she be? That's unbelievable shot.
That was an unbelievable angle. Absolutely incredible.
That was almost as good as anything that Venus has done. Look where it landed.
Just caught the outside of the line.
Well, she's been so close. At last, she's given one in.
Well, I tell you what, the lines people out there are having their work cut out, aren't they?
And then that. Yes, there was obviously an overall which we didn't hear on the first point. 6th ace to Venus. And she's made mincemeat of that, and now is a game away from what would be, well, not the biggest win of her life, but I think the best performance of her life.
It's just been a high quality match, and it's good to see that they've both made each other play well out here.
Seles will keep on firing, you know that. Even then, the power and the pace of the ball surprised Seles there. Well, it was a bad miss, but once more, phenomenal piece of retrieving.
It was, and you know, Seles has to keep going for those. She has to take the gamble.
Called by Dennis Overberg in the chair. Well, Richard must be a very happy man at the moment.
Certainly some stick behind that first serve now from Monica, more than she's ever had.
And she's making them count. And point away from making Venus serve out for this. Good serving. It's been a performance full of pluck here from Seles. So many would have wilted, and she never has for a single moment.
Especially being love 30 down in that service game. To keep doing, you know, what she's got to do, which is keep going for the ball. She didn't mind that she'd missed a couple there. She knows that putting the ball into play is not good enough. She has to keep up the high standard. And I just feel that, you know, she's improved her serve so much. If she could just do it a little bit more consistently, then it would set her up for shots much more. second, third balls, it would make it easier for her, especially against these top players. I mean, she's nearly there.
Yes, she is. Nearly's never going to be enough for Seles, though, is it? That's the problem. Because of what happened in the early 90s, she was way ahead. I mean, I know Steffi was there and winning tournaments, but Monica seemed to have the Indian sign over her. She was winning Grand Slams for fun in the end.
I mean, 91, 92, and then going into 93 when she won the Australian, it was, in the spring of that summer of that year that she was stabbed. I mean, it really did. I mean, it was awful for her. She was far and away the number one in the world, even above Steffi Graf. And we look back at Steffi Graf thinking that she was pretty incredible, but Monica was the same.
And since then, obviously, dreadful things happen. The stabbing, then the death of her father. She's made so many comebacks which have looked so close, but the comebacks have flattered and deceived. It seems to me that this is the best year that she's had, really, since 92. Already won 3 tournaments: Oklahoma, Amelia Island, Rome. Hopefully it won't stop there. But Williams is now serving for this tournament.
Well, that was more of a scream than a grunt.
Williams has certainly upped her decibel level. Oh. But of course she was going to get that back. Never was any doubt in it.
There wasn't, was there? You just knew. A couple of strides. She's going in that direction already. Get that racket head out. Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
Her idol Sampras would have loved that. Ace number 7. Staggering performance from Venus Williams. To me, the performance of the year. And there have been very few I've seen in the history of women's tennis that could have lived